I just want to welcome everybody to the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm Michael Esposito, the host of the show, and an insurance agent specializing in business and personal insurance. You will get what you want in life when you help others get what they want in life. That's Zig Ziggler. So let us know who you can help today in the comments. My guest today helps you get what you want out of life and your business by eliminating self-doubt and focusing on your strengths. She's Angelique Mercurio of Angels Friendly Coaching, and she'll share how being an intuitive mindset coach has helped her achieve great things for others. Welcome, Angelique.
Thank you again.
You're very welcome. Hey, you know what? Sometimes we have a rocky road, but it's all good. I know that you're somebody who knows how to pave a rocky road and make it nice and smooth for us going forward. And I know you'll be able to do that for us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Angelique, you're an intuitive mindset coach. Could you share with us why you became so passionate about holistic coaching and intuitive mindset coaching, and how you're helping others in order to, take out their disbeliefs, their negative thoughts, and be able to get them focusing on their strengths and be able to achieve their goals?
Absolutely. I aim to inspire. So with that, I love to help anybody with the mindset where I'm able to reconnect your true self and ignite that inner light and get rid of negative habitual patterns that people are conditioned to. I am what I like to call myself a spiritual warrior, which basically means that I'm in touch with my intuitive side and I can understand what people are seeking just by energy alone, because energy speaks more freely than people actually do.
I love that you call yourself a spiritual warrior. It's like you're just going to fend off all of this negative behavior and these negative thoughts I can see you with your shield and your sword, just chopping them all down. I'd like to hear more about how you get rid of these negative thoughts. So you're a spiritual warrior, and as we just said, you're chopping these negative thoughts and ideas down. What are some of the strategies that you use to be able to do that, to eliminate some of the self-doubt that people have?
I use a lot of meditation. I am very mindful. I practice what I preach. I will never tell anybody to do something that I have never done before. I am very big on self-discovery and personal development and figuring out what works best for each individual, because it's not cookie cutter. It is not one size fits all. Some people don't know how to meditate. Some people don't know how to quiet their mind. So I work with them. The first step is just quieting their mind. I might not be able to work with you for one full month. I'm giving you my guided meditation of quiet the mind. That's going to work for you. I'm there to guide, lead, and assist, only the ready, willing, and able. But if they are not ready, willing, and able, and they're not taking that guided meditation seriously that I gave them for quiet the mind, then it's going to take a little bit longer for me to work subconsciously and get them to actually switch left brain, right brain, and actually learn to just take a negative and turn it into a positive and learn their lessons.
You mentioned about these people, and there's so many. I mean, all of us, when we have these negative ideas, these negative thoughts and self-doubt and everything, it's hard to clear the mind. And you speak about clearing the mind. I'm just trying to understand, how are we, when you have these, like I said, these ideas, these negative thoughts and everything, you're allowed in there. What are one of the methods? I understand through meditation, but is it a guided meditation? How are you able to help these people quiet their minds? Because, coming from a place of, like I said, again, it's loud, it's booming in your mind. I'm wondering, how can I shut this up?
Yes, it is all guided meditation. So it's all about breathing work, breath exercises. I tell people it's just like a battery. On a battery, you have a negative side and you have a positive side. So I don't tell anybody to get rid of the negative all the way, because that's your learning. That is your lessons. So what you're going to do with all that negativity is you're going to switch it over to the positive, just like when you're putting your batteries in a remote to change the channel. You have to put negative and positive right in there, and you don't know which one is going to go where, so you have to keep fixing the batteries to have it work. Once it works, you're able to change the channel. So then I'm helping people that way to change their mind. I do the 2190 rule, 21 days for people to have a habit and 90 days to make it a lifestyle. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight, and it is an intuitive but practical approach for a personal impact for the person. Because as soon as you meet me, a couple of your viewers right now that are on can tell you I am going to light up the room and I am going to just shed myself. I don't care what's happening around me. I'm just going to always be me, raw and real. What you see is what you get. I'm very authentic, and I don't cover up who I am to anyone. I just know where my energy is needed and what needs to be said, and then what doesn't.
Right. I love that you said that about being authentic and honest, because I think when somebody is struggling and they're having a hard time, or they're trying to quiet their mind, as you said, with these negative thoughts, you need to acknowledge the reality of what's going on in their world, in their mind. And you need to acknowledge, hold them accountable, but then also allow them to forgive themselves, which is probably something that you do. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with Angelique Mercurio, owner of Angels Friendly Coaching, and she helps you quiet your mind. But something I would like to just go into a little bit, because of course, you know, when we look at a coach, sometimes we say, well, what's your experience? And Angelique, I know you and I spoke about some of your experience in getting to where you are today to be a mindset, mindful coach. Could you share with us a little bit about your journey to getting to where you are today?
Sure. I started out in law enforcement. Right after high school, I wanted to be a police officer, and I was working with a local police department, and then I went into Homeland Security because I wanted to help as many people as I could, and I loved my community. So then I went into Homeland Security. I wanted to become a U.S. Marshal because I wanted to actually get the bad guys that were there and not just go and write tickets and sit in the car. So I wanted to be where the action was. I then had 2 children, got married, and then we got laid off with Homeland Security when Port Authority came in, because I just got Stewart Airport after doing LaGuardia, Newark, and all these other places. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to school, got my marketing degree and a business management degree. So I started working in the corporate world of doing a lot of marketing and being an intuitive guide to a lot of the CEOs of these companies and a lot of managers saying, yeah, I don't like this energy that's going around. Maybe we should switch things over. And they were taking my advice, and we were making lots of money, but I wasn't able to be me. So then I went back to school for psychology, and I was taking positive psychology and learning deeper and deeper into the schooling. I didn't want to prescribe medications to anybody. And my aunt had a few metaphysical shops in the area, and she's the one that had taught me on how to be intuitive and how to trust my inner self and listen to my guides and actually be one with nature. So I went the holistic route, and I went to become a doctor of metaphysical science and spiritual counseling. So I switched up everything so I could take the holistic approach, where food is medicine and it is all about breath work, mindfulness. And I went and I hung out with monks for 6 weeks and I was loving it. I couldn't do any longer because I was missing my family way too much. And it was a beautiful time away and learning and doing the journey. And I had done so many workshops. I took the Tony Robbins course. I took the ICP courses. I took every course that there was from probably 1999 all the way up until 2018. I was going to some workshops, some self-development, getting certificates from everything that I did, and just going to a lot of workshops. And I just basically just was like, okay, I'm going to take everything that I learned and I'm going to twist things that work for me and work for the clientele, because a lot of the stuff that I learned did not align well with me, because everything I do, I align with everything. I don't hustle. I just align, and I just make everything work for me because I manifest all my desires and outcomes. So that is just a small tidbit of me leaving the corporate world and just opening my own practice and helping people that way.
Wow. Yeah, you have a really great background, and it goes through so many different things. And I could imagine that you went through some really tough times, especially getting laid off from what you assumed to be your dream job, really, right? You know, you thought this was going to be a dream come true. And then working in the corporate environment, I've been in the corporate environment before and totally understand the pressure that's there. And then obviously now you became a doctor in metaphysical. I need you to say that again, because I think that that's so cool.
Metaphysical science and spiritual counseling.
Metaphysical science and spiritual counseling. I need to understand a little bit about that, and I don't want to dig too far into it, but I just want to just a little bit of the surface, because you have so much more that we need to share.
Oh yeah, I am all about characteristics of the universe. I am all about learning my journey, having a past. I love every religion possible because I studied every religion possible to get this degree and figure out what works for me, and it's just a way to help others. I don't care what religion anybody is. I am there to help if they want the help, and I don't put my beliefs on anybody. I don't let their beliefs go on me. I'm just working right with the energy, and I am there to just look outside the human sense of this.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. I know in our conversation you had mentioned that that's kind of like what you grew up around you. As you said, your aunt had the holistic shop, and you kind of grew up with it always around you and to follow your senses. Something else that you mentioned in there that I just want to highlight is that you've taken so many different courses, and I speak to our audience about this, is that you can take all these courses and mentors and everything, and it's never going to align with you 100%, but you have to filter out what does align with you, and that's obviously what you did. You filter out the good and what you need to take from it, and it's always going to be different for everybody, and that's how this coaching works, is that it's always going to be different, and you obviously personalize it to your client. I want to get into some of the services that you do as well. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with Angelique Mercurio, owner of Angels Friendly Coaching, and she's going to share with us some of the services that she offers in her coaching. Some of it is very interesting because she's not just a typical business coach where she's going to come in and say, here's the bottom line. She's a holistic, intuitive, mindful coach. And she does some different things such as card readings, energy sessions, and a few others. I would love for you to just elaborate on how this works and how this helps a business succeed in this day and age.
Sure. My niche is I help a lot of entrepreneurs and small businesses. I work with a lot of other coaches, a lot of other holistic card readers. I've been reading cards probably since I was 9, and I just never thought of it as a career or a job. All the money that I used to make from it, I would always support the local charities that are going on. So I'd give all the profits to that. I honestly do not need the cards. A lot of the people just like the cards because it just validates everything that I say. So how I do my readings is people will go to my website, pay for a reading, and I will give them a time and date that works best for both of us. I will talk to them for the first 5 minutes. If it's a 10-minute reading, it's first 5 minutes of me talking to them, getting their energy. The last 5 minutes, I'm going to flip cards, and you're going to see that I'm flipping all the cards. I tell them to pick any number, and then I flip it, and it validates every single thing that I just said.
Wow. I don't think I'm ready for that kind of stuff.
It's all about the energy that people are putting out and how I read the people, because the things that I talk about is I don't want to talk about something I can find on your social media. I don't want to talk about something that I could Google or your Aunt Sally's sister, someone, I don't want to do any of that. I want to go deep to the core and figure out what's going on with you. Like when people come to my office and see me in Middletown, I love having all the skeptical people coming in, and they do a 15-minute free energy session with me. And they come in like, okay, what is this? And then they leave like booking more sessions with me, because it is just all about mind, body, spirit, and soul. And it's just me doing what I'm able to do.
Could you expand a little bit on your energy session and what that kind of is? Because that's very intriguing to me.
Absolutely. I'm a Reiki master. I do not teach it. I have been doing Reiki since I was 18 years old, and now everybody is doing it, which is fabulous to me. And I do pranic and angelic energy sessions as well. So I do not touch anybody unless I feel that there is something going on in a certain area, and I would get permission saying, hey, I feel like you're having all this pain over here. May I lay my hands on you? That's the only time I ask to touch. Other times I am not touching. I look like a conductor, because I will have someone, like, they'll look at me, and if their mind is going really crazy, I just put them in a deep sleep, and they think that they've only been in there like 2 minutes. And I'm like, okay, time's up. And they're like, wait, I've only been in here 2 minutes. And they look at their time and they're like, oh, wow, like 25 minutes just went by.
Wow.
And they just, I just relax them with guided meditation and just all energy work. I'd love to have you come to my office so you can see firsthand how it is. You're in a Zen office and everything is just very, very nice. And I'm going to be opening up in Highland pretty soon.
Oh, cool. Right in my town. I'm going to have to take you up on that offer. I'm kind of interested in this. I wouldn't mind 25 minutes of sleep with deep sleep. I want to also get into some of the stuff that you're doing today, because you have some exciting stuff that you're going to share with us, and I don't want to spoil it. So first, let me get to this. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I'm shining a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with Angelique Mercurio, owner of Angels Friendly Coaching, and she helps change your mindset to be able to accomplish your goals. And she does it through so many ways, but she's holistic. She's using energy. She's using all sorts of different ways to really dig deep into your subconscious and be able to bring out the best in you. We're going to move on a little bit, because Angelique is doing something really cool today that I'd like to share. And it's called, I just have to find it real quick. Oh, come on. A letter to your younger self. Angelique, could you share with us what a letter to your younger self is?
Absolutely. It is a book that I've been putting together for the last few years. And I just don't want anybody to become an author in my book. I'm actually screening people and wanting to hear their story and how they overcame something in their life, something that's traumatic. I don't want to hear someone's story and they never got through it. Like, I don't want that in the book, and that's what keeps coming to me. So then they end up turning out to be clients. So then once I'm done with them, I will then have them into the book. But it's all about a therapy breakthrough session that you can write down and just give yourself another way to express and get other people to listen to who you are and how they got through it, because someone might be going through something similar. It could be drugs, it could be abuse, it could be the way that they had grown up as a child. It's just all different things. Like, my part in it is I went through a lot. I was raped, and I went through all of that, and I started doing rape counseling in the Hudson Valley with 17 other women that were raped by the same person. And we just formed a huge group, and all we did was just talk and help other people. Then I dropped out of the group because it got to be too much for me. I did what I had to do, and I was able to expand. And then I actually left the Hudson Valley because I didn't want to work in the Hudson Valley anymore. So I traveled all around the United States and Canada to learn more and teach what I know to others, and looking for people to be in this book with me. And I found a few authors that aim to inspire, that went through these life challenging journeys and they're actually so much better on the other side. So I have those stories in there. And now I'm still looking for some more, because the people, again, that I found, they went through so much, but they're still bitter, still negative. They didn't actually go through it all, and they didn't come out on top. I have some people that I'm working with in some of the prison systems that have been in there for a while, that they're going to be in my book, because I'm working with them over the phone and doing video, and the prison wants me to actually come in and teach these prisoners how to act and what to do. So I'm waiting for more meetings and stuff to happen. That was supposed to happen this year. It looks like it's going to be happening more next year.
Right.
For that,
Yeah.
It's life-changing moments.
Yeah, I really enjoy the fact that you focus on the solution in this book. That's something that I always try to look for, is the solution to things. I can't overlook the fact of something that you made a statement earlier just now, of being raped and being a survivor to that. I don't want to dig into that or rehash anything, but because there might be a survivor on the other end watching this or listening to this, could you just share with us a little bit about how you were able to maybe overcome that experience and find this positive light and this positive attitude that you have towards it?
A lot of therapy, a lot a lot of speak therapy, a lot of isolation, and trusting yourself. That's why I say I'm a spiritual warrior, because I had to really dive in deep and think that it was my fault. What did I do? What could I have done differently? And I was just playing the victim mentality over and over again. And I was just like, no, I'm a survivor. I did not ask for it. And I just moved on. Like, I just got up one day and I said, I am not going to have this victim mentality anymore. And I'm going to help others like me. Because then I started practicing what I preached, and I walked with a couple other people, and we went into the police station to see if we can get the person arrested, but it was too late for all of us. But they were on, they put them on the watch list to make sure it doesn't happen to other people. It did happen to other people, and he finally got arrested, and then he moved out of state and then came back. I actually saw the person this year. He came into my office, and that was the first time I've ever seen him since that whole ordeal in 1996. So that was
And he came in to ask for forgiveness, or?
No, I work in a wellness center, so he didn't know that I was there.
Oh,
and
okay.
I felt his energy come through the door, and people knew how I felt about him, because he was a client of the doctor that's in there. And I'm not going to do anything to mess up anybody's livelihood. So he could be a bigger, better person now, because it was so many years ago. He came in, and I ended up going into my office, and the client that I got, which came full circle, was the police officer that ended up arresting him. That was in my care, and this police officer remembered every detail of my statement and all the girls, and we sat there talking about it for at least 45 minutes.
Wow.
And it was full circle that finally went around, because I knew I had to see him and close that chapter. And I forgave him just for myself. I practice forgiveness, and I do it for myself, not for anybody else. And it was very opening, very, very positive to me to just come full circle in 2020. And then that was it. That was the last day like my office was open, because then COVID happened and we had to close. And I was like, wow, full circle. And then I was able to detox all of that on my own.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I think when we speak about, when you talk about, getting rid of self-doubt, getting rid of the negative thoughts, as a survivor, you obviously know how to do that. And I can't, that's just amazing. One of the things that you mentioned in there was forgiveness, and you truly, truly practice forgiveness to be able to see that person and still be able to just move on with your day. And obviously you worked through it in whatever way, but true forgiveness, which is really the key to moving on. And I think when we think about self-doubt and limiting beliefs, it's a lot of the times we need to not just forgive others, but also just forgiving ourselves for anything that we're doing in our lives, forgiving ourselves. And as you said, taking charge of your life. I commend you so much for that. You also took charge and you moved on. You said, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going to take charge of this. I'm going to be the one in the driver's seat and drive my life forward. And I must commend you for that. And right there is a testament, if you're able to do it for yourself, which is probably, I think sometimes the hardest person to work on is ourselves, then obviously you can do that for others. So tremendous, tremendous. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. Thank you so much, Angelique. I really am very appreciative of that. We're going to move on to positivity in the world. And this is the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with Angelique Mercurio, and she has such an amazing story of overcoming such pain, obviously, and being able to move on, take charge, be positive, and give positive energy to others. She does this through her coaching business, Angels Friendly Coaching. And she helps you get rid of all your self-doubt and achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Angelique, obviously, you found positivity and you're able to spread positivity. So please share with us, what do you think is a positive outcome that we can find from our quarantine today?
Oh, I absolutely love that question. I think more people should learn to do more self-care. Like they're alone at home with their family. If you have children, if you have a wife, if you have parents, whatever it is, and some people are just alone, so everybody's mental state is going through so much anxiety and depression. And I just tell people, hey, let's work through that, because as you're alone, you can detox that and work through it and do some self-care. Because I tell people all the time, everybody's always on their phones. They never put their phones down and turn off their phones. And they will never let their phones die. They're always charging their phones. So they're always plugging it in. So I'm always like, do that to you, self-charge you, and start turning electronics off and just be with yourself and write things down. A lot of people that I've been working with during this quarantine is I've been doing manifestation journals, dream boards, and helping them just do more home projects at home, at their friend's house, whatever they could do outside, away from people, walking in nature, things that will relate to them and make them feel like they accomplished something during the whole 10 and a half weeks that everybody's been on lockdown.
Yeah, I really like that analogy of the cell phone. You made me like, it like clicked in my head of like, when I see my cell phone hit 20% or 30%, I freak out. I'm like, all right, I got to get it on the charger. I got to make sure that it's ready to go for later. And I start like going crazy. So that's such a great analogy, is that if you just look at your life, yourself, as a cell phone, just imagine that little red battery power, that 20% hitting. That means that you need to look at your dream board, do some manifestations. For those who don't know what a dream board is, and real quick, could you maybe just tell everybody what a dream board is and how that helps manifest your dreams into reality?
Absolutely. Back in the early 90s, everybody always took the magazines that we were all swamped with, and they would cut the pictures up that they liked and cut wordings out and put it on a poster board and just say, okay, this is my goal for this year. This is my goal for this month, this week, however you wanted to do it. And then you write yourself little notes. Mine is, I moved with the technology. I do dream boards like that, but I also do video dream boards. I do video manifestation and everything to do on your phone, because you're always on your phone. So I make people do certain things with their phones now. And then I also still make them sit down and take the magazines or print things out and put them on the board. And I also make the ladies use lipstick for certain things. I have guys use markers. There's some things I make guys use shaving cream for. So it actually helps and get stuck in their mindset so they can laugh every time they pick something up, because I'm an NLP practitioner. So I'm constantly using NLP as well, working in everything that I do.
Right. The video dream board, it's so weird. Like I do so many videos, I do live videos, I do different videos for other things, and I never thought about making myself a video dream board. I have my index cards all over my house, kind of like scattered on with all my positive affirmations and everything, which are truly helpful, especially sometimes when you're just not feeling right and you just look at one. It doesn't matter what it says, it's positive and everything. But I never thought about making a video one. So I'm going to take you up on that and make myself a little video dream board. That's kind of neat. That's really, really neat. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Absolutely. When you change the way you look at things and how you look at things, everything in here changes as well.
That's right. That's right. We're going to speak about the community, but I want to also speak about HV Gold Rewards since you're a member, and we're going to get into that in 2 seconds. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast Show where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with Angelique Mercurio, owner of Angels Friendly Coaching, and she's going to help you change your limiting beliefs to be able to achieve your goals. She does that through a lot of different ways. Some of them are energy sessions, and as we just talked about, creating a dream board, but not in the old school way, through video, which is really, really cool. Angelique, you're also very active in the community. You're part of different mastermind groups, and you did something called Beer Bombing the Hudson Valley, which I think is so cool. And I'd love for you to elaborate on some of that stuff. But you're also an HV Gold member, and HV Gold's a sponsor. Ramon has done so much for my show and also so much for even my fundraising efforts. He's helped me tremendously there. Could you just share with us real quick a little bit about HV Gold and how it's worked for you and why you are such an active member there?
Absolutely. HV Gold helped me reach more customers locally in the Hudson Valley, and they had, when I first joined, only 40 businesses. So I know we're over 100 businesses strong, but meeting the people in the group and going to all these events that Ramon puts on, they are just absolutely wonderful because you're learning from someone local in your community. And I've got exclusive deals shopping at locally and helping local businesses then instead of going to a big corporate chain store that gets sponsors and big deal customers. I'm just a small person going and helping a business so they can be in our community and just helping our neighbors, which I absolutely love. And the discounts are great too.
Yeah. And you offer as a gold member, you also offer a discount, right?
Absolutely. I offer a few different discounts. I just tell everybody you have to be a member to know what I'm offering so you could check out the website. Because if I just tell you this way, I want to see your card. I'm always doing, where's your car? And so when Ramon says, hey, where's your card? I'm like, hey, I got my card. Where's your card? And
right.
I'm not going to just take your word for it. I have to see that you're in the group. I have to see that you're on the website. I have to see that you actually have that card. Because there are some people that I turned away. I'm like, well, if you sign up right now, I will give this discount. But if you don't get the discount, you don't have the called, sorry.
And just so everybody knows, and I mentioned it at the top of the show and at the end of the show as well, the discount card is only $10. So it's really affordable. It's called, you go to hvgold.com, and if you enter the promo code FCH, the promo card, the gold card is only $10, but if you enter the promo code FCH, $8 of that $10 actually gets donated to Forgotten Children of Haiti, which is my non-for-profit. So just tremendous work that Ramon is doing. And like you just said, the discounts really outweigh the $10. And there's so many businesses involved in it, well over 100 businesses, which is just really, really amazing. Now, of course, we just talked about some of the community work that you do and the activities that you do in the community. You're part of Transform Mastermind International. You also did something that's really, really cool that I'd love for you to share a little bit called Beer Bombing of the Hudson Valley. And I would love for you to share any other acts of kindness and generosity that you're witnessing in your community today.
Absolutely. I am a big activist with the veterans as well. So the person that put Beer Bombing of the Hudson Valley together, he's a dad, he's a veteran, and he wanted to help more dads. And I said, oh, I'm right there with you, let's do this. So he got a whole group of us as wonderful admins, and they do phenomenal work in this group. I just read who needs to get bombed, who's a veteran, and that's all I basically kept on. Like, you could see that I did about 15 bombings in 1 week, and people kept on thinking that I was the only one bombing people. So I was like, listen, no, it's a community effort. We have to get this going. I'm going to do everybody in my community. I drove an hour and a half away to outskirts of New Paltz to go bomb this new dad who has been in the group for like 2 weeks and no one was going out there to do anything. And I said, you know what, I'll go out there. I will do it. And people are like, wow. So then they started seeing me doing all these things, and I kept on forgetting to take pictures and videos because that's what they wanted. They wanted pictures and videos. So then I just made up a little flyer and I told them, hey, this is who I am. This is why I'm doing it. Do me a favor and take a picture. Tell them that you got beer bombed by your beer angel, and I am here to guide you in a nice drunken way. Sometimes people just want to have some drinks and get rid of the day, and a lot of them are essential workers. Some of them aren't working. So I said, you know what, this is my way of giving back. I wasn't in the office. I stopped paying my marketing team. So I used all this money as my marketing money to go around and just help as many people as I can. Mike Simpson is the veteran that started this, and he is phenomenal. He has so many wonderful people that are in this group as admins. He has his wife. We have another marketing lady. We have a chocolate lady. She makes chocolate. That's her business. And she does all these phenomenal gift baskets with chocolate. And so people were getting bombed with beer and chocolate. And it was just like going to Hershey, but you're coming out with like lots of beer and homemade chocolate that's local in the Hudson Valley. And then you have the lady that made our shirts. So we have a small business helping another small business, helping another small business, and helping the community. So right. Beer bombed our community leaders in the town of Montgomery. We got Supervisor Brian Marr, and then we got the tattoo realtor Dickie Baxter. We went and had to make sure we got them because they're really two good friends of mine. And I wanted to make sure that they were bombed, but it was Mike that nominated them. And I jumped on it and said, yes, I would like to adopt them. Let's all go there and let's bomb them. And that's what we did. And I always have to clarify in the group that I say, because I'm always like, oh, I just bombed this dad. I bombed this guy. And I'm like, I'm sorry, FBI beer bombing. I'm always clearing that up because I'm always like, yes, let's go bomb these people.
Right, your Homeland Security background comes into play.
And then I'm like, okay, beer bombing.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Well, that's really, I'm sure that when you're going to these doors and you're knocking on these doors, that surprise that takes on that new dad or whatever it is really, really great. It's really nice to be able to just share a drink, whether it's beer or not beer, it doesn't matter. But it's just nice to share a drink with somebody and be able to just kind of just unwind and let some thoughts out and just have a break from the day, especially when you have I'm a father of 2 now, and just getting a break from the day, a good excuse of like, hey, honey, sorry, I just got beer bombed. I got to go take this. I can't let her hang out there. She just drove an hour and a half. I gotta take her in, right?
That's exactly what it is. People come out on the porch and they're just in shock because a lot of times the guys have no idea. Their wives, their girlfriends, their parents, somebody is nominating them to do this. That's awesome. And it is great because you can't go to the bar and buy something. So what I was doing is we were buying growlers and things from local bars and breweries, like, hey, let's bring the bar to you. And then I started to go to all these beer distributor places and started buying. And then the group got 5 to 10% off when you go to Beer World in Middletown. So we were supporting one another, and it was fun.
That's really cool. And networking with all the different local businesses is really, really cool. And speaking of local businesses, I want to get into some of these local businesses that you miss. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast Show where I shed a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with Angelique Mercurio, owner of Angels Friendly Coaching. And as I said earlier, she helps you get rid of those limiting beliefs and achieve your goals. She does it through so many different ways, some really, really unique ways, holistic ways. Some of them card reading, energy sessions, and meditation, just helping you get rid of all of the noise in your head to be able to focus on what you really want and get there. And she's also writing a book. So if you're in the process of doing this, start writing it down, because you might end up being able to be in her book, which is going to be really, really a cool book, and you share some really great stories. Angelique, obviously in beer bombing, you're part of a really great community. You're very active in your community, and I know that you're missing some places. So when this quarantine is over, what's one place that you can't wait to just bust down their doors and say, take care of me?
Nails Plus in Poughkeepsie. I
Yeah, that one quick.
I drive all the way to Poughkeepsie to support another HB Gold member. I'm sure there's a lot of nail places in my own community, but Nails Plus, they treat you like family, and you never leave there looking bad. I just cannot wait to go support them. I miss being in their environment and seeing the girls. Colleen and Brittany are there, and they are absolutely amazing. I see them in the HB Gold page and the HB FLI group, telling everybody how much they miss everybody. And I don't know when they're opening, but I want to just book my appointment. I already got my hair appointment booked, because those salons are opening up next week.
And where's your hair salon? Please give us their name too.
Studio C in Maybrook.
Studio C, yeah. Yeah, this is, you know, of course, these businesses, they can't wait to open their doors. I'm sure they're booked out for a while.
Absolutely. Like, I've been constantly writing on my pages. So when does your business open? When does this business open? I can't wait for restaurants to open. I'm really missing seafood, and the boats are going into the ocean soon. I think that opens up, because they're in the Hudson Valley right now, and they are going out towards the Atlantic Ocean. So I am really getting excited for that, because I'm missing seafood. I want to know more places to get seafood. I normally go to Blue Point in Newburgh, New York. So if you have any other seafood hotspots, please let me know, because I want some lobster.
Yeah. There's a place in New Paltz called Gadelle Adams.
Okay.
Gadelle Adams, I don't think they do it any longer, but they used to actually wholesale their fish and their seafood. That's how big they are. So really, it's really nice, because it's not your typical seafood place where it's very expensive. It's actually not expensive. It's very affordable, because, as I said, they kind of have the wholesale side of the business, but you're getting fresh fish. So it's really, really cool. And lobster, and, you know, all sorts of seafood. I keep saying fish, but anyway.
No, I absolutely love
really
it.
Cool. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, and where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. My guest today has been Angelique Mercurio of Angels Friendly Coaching. Angelique, could you share with us any final thoughts, any final messages that you'd like to share with our audience today?
Absolutely. Your audience today, if they come and see me in my Middletown office, I will give them a 15-minute energy session and work with them and tell them, like, right in person on how everything is, what I feel from their energy. And that is, again, for you and everybody watching, is a free 15-minute energy session. And my office is in Middletown, New York. If you want the address, check out my website, angelsfriendlycoaching.com, and how to get in touch with me at my office.
Yeah, and we'll put that all in the comments section for everybody. Well, thank you so much. That's such a generous offer. I really appreciate you sharing that with us today. I wasn't expecting anything like that, so that's really, really cool. And I'm going to definitely take you up on that energy one, especially the one where you put me to sleep. I'm going to be looking forward to that. You could maybe beer bomb me and then put me to sleep. I'd really enjoy the two to come.
I wing bombed Ramon because he doesn't drink beer. I had wings delivered to him by Hudson Valley Concierge.
Nice. Yeah, he had his birthday last Tuesday. Is that when you did it?
Yep. Well, I did it on Wednesday.
Awesome. And of course, you just gave a shout out to another friend of ours, Micah Bennett, Hudson Valley Concierge, who was on the show and offers a really great service to our community. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today, Angelique. This has been the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. My guest today has been Angelique Mercurio, owner of Angels Friendly Coaching. And as we've spoken about in the entire show, she's all about finding out, learning about you, building a relationship with you, and uncovering the negative self-doubt thoughts that you have in your mind, calming all of them, getting rid of all of them to be able to help you focus on what you want to achieve and getting there. So you can reach out to her. All of her contact information will be in our comment section, and she's going to really do a great job and a great service to you through so many different ways, as I mentioned, some holistic ways as well. Before we close the show, I do want to acknowledge what's happening in our world today. My show is a platform to promote the amazing people in our communities, and it will continue to do so, to shine a light on the positive people and the actions they take to help each other. Therefore, I would like to highlight several communities and their actions. From my knowledge, Middletown, New Paltz, and recently Poughkeepsie all had peaceful, nonviolent protests. Organizers met with county, city, and town officials to help make this possible. Organizers made it very clear to the protesters that this is to be a peaceful march, and they accomplished that. This show will continue to shine a light on positivity and the amazing people in our communities. No matter the race, gender, religion, politics, or any other perceived things that can separate us. I would also like to update everybody on Forgotten Children of Haiti's fundraiser, Mass for the Frontline in Haiti. Due to all of our generous donors, HV Gold, TNT Karate, Paige Flory from, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting the name of her place.
Boutiques Wine and Spirits.
Boutique Wine and Spirits, and so many other great, generous donors, we were able to accomplish and exceed our goal of $5,000 to get Mass to the Frontline in Haiti. So I want to thank all of our generous donors and family members and friends who also participated. Today's show has been sponsored by the Mindful Living Coaching Program. In this program, Matt Alfonso helps you gain clarity, live present, and improve your self-love. This program is designed to help you achieve all of your goals and make a long-lasting changes to accomplish this. Please message at Matt Alfonso 1 on Instagram to use the promo code Shining Light Podcast to receive a special discount. That's Matt Alfonso and the number 1. This show is also sponsored by HV Gold Reward, the largest business network Facebook group in the Hudson Valley, helping you shop local at a discount. Visit hvgoldrewards.com to buy your $10 discount card, enter promo code FCH, and HV Gold Rewards will donate $8 towards our charity. This show with Angelique will replay on my business page today at 6 o'clock. And then tune in tomorrow where I will have a surprise guest. That's tomorrow at 10 o'clock on the Shining Light Video Podcast Show. Angelique, once again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for sharing, being so authentic, and sharing so much with us today. Please visit Angel's Friendly Coaching to find out more about how she can help you accomplish what you want to accomplish. Thanks so much for coming on the show today, Angelique.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a happy, healthy day. See you all.